Welcome back, or great that you're still here, one of the two. My name is Michael. I'm still happy to be here and moderate the Beyond the Hustle stage. And now we have Vanessa D'Souza, who is I really love this very nice German translation. Lernerlebnisdesignerin, a word I didn't hear before like this.
Me neither.
You neither. Anyway, so Vanessa has over 15 years of experience around learning and yeah, basically change, right? Change of yourself. And Vanessa brought us the topic, or not the topic, but basically Vanessa brings us a solution maybe? Like a compass. It sounds a bit like a solution for what you should do next, or what should I do next. That's actually the title. And with that, I'm handing over to you, and the stage is yours. Have fun.
Thank you. Okay, so you can hear me. Before I get started, I will say keep your phones ready. Not right now, but whenever I show you a QR code, I would like you to scan it. And also, you can keep a little notebook ready or your notes app ready. Hopefully, you'll be able to take away some insights or one key takeaway from the session. So, you see the big title behind me, From Scattered to Focused, which sounds very similar to the previous talk. So I think Judith stole a lot of my lines. Just kidding, she's not here. But okay, let's get started. So raise your hand if any of these sound familiar. As a freelancer, have you ever considered changing your niche? I feel good. I feel the same. Another one. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and said, oh, I have this amazing idea. I want to change everything. It's going to work. For me, it happens during the day too, so it's not only 11 p.m. And actually, I had a lot more questions to ask you, but then let's get to this one. As a freelancer, have you asked yourself, what should I do next? It's great that there are some hands down. That means you already know what to do next. So yes, I am also full of questions every single day. This happens a lot to me, where I say, what do I do? Whom should I speak to? When do I get this done? And yes, let me start introducing myself. I'm Vanessa Christina D'Souza. I am from India. I made it to Berlin 3.5 years ago. I didn't make it as a freelancer. I came here as a full-time employee on a contract. And then freelancing just hit me. So it wasn't a choice per se. It just happened to me. And if I have to start telling you the story, we will need more than half an hour to speak about it. But yeah. What I do, I am a learning experience designer, which means that I help organizations, teams to perform better at their jobs. I facilitate workshops, I do trainings, I do talks like these. So I enjoy what I do because I see the impact of what I do most of the time. And this is a very colorful background, as you see. So interestingly, my freelance journey did not start with L&D, which is learning and development. It started with art and design. So a couple of years ago, I asked myself, so I was back in India, by the way, at this time, and I said, I am capable of making my own money. I know these companies, they have all these interview processes, but I was getting rejected also. So I said, I can make my own money, I will sell my own stuff, and I will figure it out. So this was the first jump into freelancing where I sold artwork. So I'm a self-taught artist. I created a lot of artwork and I sold merchandise. Well, that didn't last for too long, but the dream still remains. What you see here now is the present. I merge my love for creativity, art, and design in the work I do in learning and development. Next. And when I got into this, no one gave me a rule book. I don't know if you had a rule book. Did anyone have a rule book out here? I don't know. If you have your hand raised, please talk to me later, because I had no idea what I was doing. It was so hard. Oh, by the way, it's 2 years exactly since I became a freelancer in Berlin. So June 4th, the Finanzamt graced me with that letter. And I was like, it took only 10 days, and it takes people months to get this Steuernummer, which I got in 10 days. So maybe it was a sign. Maybe I had to be a freelancer. So yeah, no one gave me a rule book. And I was connecting with people and saying, okay, how does this work? I don't know where to begin. How do I sell myself? And I'm happy to say that now I feel more confident, but I still get these questions. And also, yes, we don't have managers, right, to tell us, this is your direction, this is how you should view your development. And of course, we don't get promoted, we promote ourselves. So yeah, and despite all of me complaining and telling you, oh, nothing is working, I still think freelancing has been one of the most rewarding experiences I've been on, and I hope you feel that way too. Questions. The questions still keep coming. Yes, I'm very chaotic. I still have plenty of questions. I think I've just gotten better at answering them, responding to them, not reacting to them. So yeah, some of the questions that come up are, how do I find work that I actually enjoy doing? How do I find balance? How do I find sustainability? How do I communicate my worth without sounding salesy? I don't know if you have these questions. I do. But then I realized that when I try to answer them, I keep coming back to a few things. And then I thought, why not just combine it and show you what my process is? But before that, now you can take your phones out. I would love to hear a bit about what currently feels really scattered to you right now in your freelance work. And I should be able to see responses. I have no idea why I can't see the responses. Why are they hidden? There. There you go. Admin. Oh, yes. Friday is my admin day. Time. Bookkeeping. Positioning is a big one. Very, very similar to what I feel. Keep them coming. Now, sadly, I'm not going to be able to solve all these problems. I just wanted to gauge how you feel, because I absolutely feel the same way as well. So let me read out a few of them that you see on screen as well. Positioning, admin, sales, communication, networking. Hopefully today will be a great day to network with other freelancers. Time management, not enough time. All right. So the thing is, to me, everything would feel important. And still, sometimes I don't know how to prioritize. I have too many tabs open in my brain or in my browser, and too many ideas. So just like you mentioned, I do still struggle with these things. But then I came up with something cool that I always get back to. And I call it the Freelance Leadership Compass, because we deserve to have something of our own as freelancers. So the idea was to really help me to feel more grounded, because I have lots of moments when things feel all over the place. This year in particular, I lost one of the clients where I was getting the most revenue, and I felt really shattered, and I was like, what do I do? Where do I begin? Where do I start? And somehow I keep coming back to these 4 elements, which help me feel more grounded. And we will go through it one by one. Clarity. So what do I actually want in this moment? Clarity is, of course, about direction, and it's not always easy to find your direction. And I'm not asking you to say, what do I want in the next 5 years? Like you get those typical questions in interviews, right? But it could be, what's the next step that you would like to take? I often ask myself, what's the 1% that I can do or give in today? Especially when things feel really, really hazy. That is my daily goal. I ask myself, what's the 1%, Vanessa? What's the 1%? What's the 1% that I enjoy doing? What's the impact I would like to create? What are the things that actually matter to me right now? The next one, experience. Now, this room, we are definitely highly skilled people. We're experts in our field. So if you would like, we could take 30 seconds to write this down. I will not ask you. You can keep this to yourself. But if someone, just imagine the times when you feel really scattered, upset, or lost. This could help you ground yourself. This helps me ground myself. So what's the one skill I bring to the table? What's that one experience? What's that one strength? So you could either do it right now or do it later on. Another thing that I have done in the past is create a lot of, take time to reflect. So I have very extensive Notion documents of what skills I bring to the table, what strengths I have, and then I keep going back to it when things feel unstable in my freelance journey. Expression. So this might sound a little bit strange, but yes, I saw some responses also related to this about communicating. So how do you communicate your value? This is a little activity that I've done on my own. So it goes like this. I help people do X, Y, Z. And then if you're doing this with a partner, the person says, so what? And then you keep responding. Now, if you're doing this in pairs, just be a little kind. Don't sound mean. Don't say, so what, so what, so what. The idea is that you be kind to yourself if you're doing this on your own or when you're doing this with someone else. Because the more you do this, the more clear your message gets. Especially if you're coming up with a new product, a new service. How do you communicate it? This is known to be a good way to do it. And apparently, if you do it twice, your message gets super clear. But also, there are different ways to communicate. So this is just one of them. And self-leadership. I think this is something we already possess because we are super motivated people most of the time. We are the ones who've taken this decision to start our own freelance business. And I think sometimes when things are unclear, asking yourself something like this, like, how do I make decisions and move forward? It takes a lot of resilience and also the power of your network, communities. This could really help you gain more confidence in order to move forward. So, like I said, self-leadership is the ability to choose a direction and follow through, even when there isn't a clear map. So this compass is not meant to solve everyone's problems. I'm putting disclaimers out there. It's not a productivity tool. It's just meant to help you reflect, to ground yourself when things are just scattered, especially because we do this on our own a lot, right? But also, I think it's important to tap into your communities if you have the ability to gain support from a coach, from a mentor. These are very powerful resources that have helped me in the past 2 years of freelancing to really find my foot in the door and figure things out. So I'm just gonna summarize it. Clarity. You know what work lights you up. Experience. You see your own value very clearly. Expression. The world knows what you do. By the world, I mean your world, your target audience. Unless you want the whole world to know, that's also fine. Self-leadership is choosing what matters and actually being able to act on it. So I'm going to let you just look at this for the next 3 seconds and then ask you the last question. So I mentioned 4 different elements on this compass. Of course, there are always things that you can add to this compass, or you might think differently. You can always make it your own. You can create your own. But I would like to know this. Oh, sorry, the code is not up. Yeah. So if I would ask you which area you would want to focus on the most, give the most attention to today, which one would it be? So again, this clarity, experience, expression, self-leadership. Okay, so expression, the world knows what you do. Ooh, okay, there's a fight. Keep voting. I'm curious. Expression's winning right now. Self-leadership, then comes, then experience. Oops, clarity just took the third spot. Okay. But now what I see is expression, the world knows what you do. And this is something that I think I also struggle with, and I keep playing around with this. So let's keep the conversation going. I would like to ask an open question right now, because I think we have some time, right? Okay. Expression. The people who think that they've cracked it and do not vote it, number one, what is the best way to express yourself that has worked? Mm-hmm. So the person there said, turn on your camera, post your thoughts, and see what other people are thinking. You? That's amazing. So be interested in what other people do, because the conversation will come to you at some point. Did I get that right? Any other thoughts on expression? Yes? Absolutely. So ask your clients what words come up when they think of you. What I do, before taking more answers, I take a lot of screenshots. So if I get some really good compliments along the way, I take screenshots, I save those voice notes, and I have my whole phone is just blowing up with hearts because I need it in these low moments. I go back to them and I say, okay, I'm worth it. You know, I know what I'm doing. And this is proof. And also collecting testimonials for that matter. I think that is also something that helps a lot to even talk about in the beginning of the project. Like, hey, I would love to collect your testimonials in the end. This is how it works. And then in the end, just send it across. Any other thoughts on expression? At the back there. So show your work, and if you're not able to show it, create something. I've tried that a lot. And it's amazing that you bring this up because, there's so much, I felt the pressure in the beginning to create a portfolio. And then later on, I realized that it works because you have evidence of what you can do. I saw a hand there, yeah. Talk about something that lights you up. So we have some really nice answers in the room. Thank you so much for sharing and making it way more practical. Do we have time? Yes, we do. Okay, I want self-leadership, just the last one. Self-leadership, any thoughts on this? How would you improve the self-leadership component? Because it seems to be the highest voted area of attention. I will go here first. Yeah.
What helps me self-leadership is having accountability body and having weekly calls with my accountability buddy and keeping each other accountable. And this is how I keep acting on my decisions.
Very nice. Okay, can I pass the mic around?
I think the first part is knowing exactly where you're going, because it's hard to make decisions and act on it if you don't know exactly where you're going. And the second part is like 50% of running your own business or freelancing is emotions. So if you don't pay attention to also that, you also don't have self-leadership in that regard, I think it's going to be hard to also make the right decisions.
Okay, I'm going to take two more. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you mentioned two things. One is write down everything, and the other one is run experiments and see what works. Okay, one more. There you are.
All right. So I work with a lot of companies on their annual reports and their governance, and I sort of adopted a practice from other companies, which is to develop principles for my own business. So I like to have key principles that I'm always working towards, like trustworthiness or professional development, or it's about 6 different things that I really try to uphold in my business every day.
Thank you, everyone. So, okay, this is Mentimeter. This is not my presentation. Oh, well. Okay, so some takeaways. I'm sure you might have interpreted this talk differently, but some things that came to mind for me are clarity comes from reflection. So in the end of the day, we can say, oh, we're not doing this right, or this is unclear. But if you don't take the time to sit down with your thoughts and really write them down, or talk to somebody about it, a mentor, a coach, or even brainstorm with AI, I don't really recommend that. But hey, you choose the path that works for you. But yeah, reflection for me, it has been the biggest way forward. And your value grows when you communicate it clearly and confidently. And we did get some really practical input from the room today. So don't forget to continue these conversations after we leave the room, because I think it was the top one on the list of where people would really like support. So don't forget to continue it. And you don't need a perfect plan. There's never a perfect plan. Freelancing is like, it comes in waves, right? We are all riding the waves. So you just need direction that's clear enough for your next step. So think about the 1%, the 1% that you can do today, the 1% you can do tomorrow. And then when you can do a little more than 1%, go for 100, go for 200. You know, I'm not trying to minimize anything, but yeah. So I am Vanessa. Thank you so much for listening. Well, one last thing. This QR code is not for LinkedIn. It is a compass that I have created. I've made a little website for you to just have a little space to reflect. It has questions under these 4 elements of the compass, and some prompts in the end that will help you continue taking action plans. The prompts are pretty minimal and might be repeated, but it's just a way for you to continue your reflection. And it looks like this on your laptop, but it might look different on your phone. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for interacting. This was wonderful.
Okay. Yeah. More. Aha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. That was awesome. And this doesn't lead you to LinkedIn. However, you are on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
So please, if you want to connect with Vanessa on LinkedIn,
Please
you can do that. But you're also around today and tomorrow, I guess, as well. So also have a nice coffee chat or something with Vanessa.